Hi,
This
Jeff.
conference will
Hello,
now
everyone.
be recorded.
All right, here we
Hello.
are.
Hello, hello. Hey. All right, recording. Motion to open the Incorporated Village of Poquoa Board of Trustees work session for December 12th, 2024 at 6:07 p.m. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, first number of business, the Free Village Rotary Parade. Chris, would you like to?
Yeah, so Poquat will be participating in the parade this year for the Three Village Rotary Holiday Parade on Sunday, December 15th. Anyone that's interested in marching can come down between 4:15 and 4:30, meet around Emma Clark Library. Parade begins at 5 p.m. and it takes a path from Setauket Elementary, and then we turn on to Main Street where the fire department is, and we go straight down to Veterans Memorial Park. And the PCA is also sponsoring this effort, so give a little shout out to them as well for their sponsorship of the decorations and all of the necessities to make this happen.
Oh, that's fantastic. Item number 2, the newsletter. You want to discuss the winter edition?
Yes, so currently working on sections and topics for the winter newsletter. Once I finalize each of those specific sections, I'll send them out to the board just so we're all on the same page. And then we'll get that, printed up and sent out as soon as possible.
Perfect.
So thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rex.
Mm-hmm.
Rolling on. Item number 3, the reserve investment account. So there was previous discussion, and I think we'd all agreed upon an amount of $100,000 to be moved into the moved out of the reserve investment account and into the New York class account, right? I think everybody was on board with that 100,000 number. Ron, do you have any? You want to chime in? Do you have any further comment or concern regarding that?
No, I'm all on board with that. As of today, or as of yesterday, I think all the signatures have been provided to the bank to have that account open. So, but I don't believe it's open yet, but I haven't heard.
Yeah, I believe it's in the process of being set up by the clerk's office, if I'm not mistaken. Is that correct, Chess? Oh, sorry, just stepped out for a moment. Okay, so if we have no other concerns regarding that or comments, anybody else want to chime in?
No, everything that was laid out was on board with.
Perfect. Okay, let's move on. Roll on number 4.
If I could add one minor note.
Yep, please go ahead.
You've probably already been seeing, if you had a look at the numbers, that the interest income is well over budget already, even just having the one reserve account. So the village will recognize some nice income opening up this larger balance account.
Do you know off the top of your head, like what already we're looking at percentage-wise or figure-wise?
It was, the number was over $1,000,
Okay.
which is about five times higher than what we budgeted. So
That's
far.
great. And then we're essentially going to be tripling that number with the additional investment, right? In theory.
Yes.
Okay. Great. Some extra added income for additional projects.
Good news.
Great. Thank you, Ron. Anything else that you want to say on that matter?
No, thanks.
Okay. All right. Well, let's just keep clipping along then. Next is the local revision to Chapter 120, the property maintenance law. Let's see. I'm going to read really quick. So this is regarding the boats and boat storage. So currently, boats with or without an accompanying boat trailer may be stored in the rear yard of a property or in the proportion of a driveway that is the farthest from the street. Boat coverings must be either custom fitted or shrink wrapped. No tarps or makeshift covers permitted. So it's current. The proposed law is Boats with or without an accompanying boat trailer may be stored in the rear yard of a property or in the portion of a driveway that is the farthest from the street from Labor Day to Memorial Day, and may be stored in any part of a driveway between Memorial Day and Labor Day. For the purpose of this chapter, personal non-motorized watercraft such as canoes, kayaks, boards, paddle, surf, boogie, or other will be exempt from storage restrictions between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Boat coverings must be either custom fitted or shrink wrapped. No tarps or makeshift covers permitted. So essentially, we are putting in a date change / restriction or lack of restriction for Labor Day to Memorial Day to allow easier transportation of boats and non-motorized watercraft back and forth to the beaches, to the waterfront. Any comments? Any questions or concerns?
I think it's reasonable, as far as, what's been proposed. I don't have any, issue with, any component of the proposed changes.
I'm in agreement with Chris. I think adding the specific date ranges is helpful, and the use of the boards and storage of that.
Yeah, looks good. Okay, perfect. Yeah, I think we've kind of done their homework and have hashed this out. So I think we're ready to move forward with this. Okay, perfect. All right, let's cross another one off of the list. Next, welcome, Mr. Prokop.
I'm sorry, Mike.
No problem. Welcome. Next is the as-built permit. So as of right now, it's page 10 of the packet. So as of right now, there are no existing as-built fees for gas fireplace, oil propane tank, and oil propane tank, gas fireplace, or gas testing. And this falls under our plumbing, construction, and demolition section of our permitting fees. So we're looking to update that to add a fee to that for the building department, for the inspector. Anybody want to comment or make a suggestion in regards to these? So typically what we've done is, if you look at the left column under the finished work, you can see that, essentially it's just a multiple of the initial fee. So, we range anywhere from two to 5 times the initial fee. So I think I don't know if anybody has any strong feelings, going 2 times the amount of the initial, 3 times the amount of the initial. Right now, those actual fees are at $150 for the base application, and also that's in the same line, the same minimum base fee. So we'd be looking at potentially $300 or $450 if that work has been completed and then needs to be inspected as an as-built, or a permit applied for as an as-built. I'm sorry.
Isn't this supposed to be it's not environmental, but where they test the? I'm sorry, I apologize.
That's okay.
They test whether the house will pass, whether air passes through the house, or whether it retains heat, and
Like a thermal.
Right, there's a thermal test. Excuse me, I'll check.
No, it's okay.
I think there's a thermal permit now, but maybe somebody should ask Mike.
I don't know if that is,
Have you
if
read
that
that?
is currently part of our application process. So you're talking about something like NatGrid or PSEG would do, where they would come out and do like a thermal calculation for efficiency rating?
Yeah, that's efficiency, right? I don't think it's one of them. It's I think you have to have a person that has a license.
Okay.
To do that.
Like a licensed inspector.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if there's a fee for that, but I just know that exists in other municipalities, something like that. So maybe
Thermal efficiency. Okay.
thermal efficiency.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's under this. That would be under this gas and plumbing construction demolition. Oh, that's the actual work, that's not an inspection.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, this is a nice table.
So anybody any suggestions or comments regarding the fee? Right now basically right now we don't have anything to charge for, so if it's an asphalt, or, I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. It's not that we're not charging for it, it's that right now we don't have there's no additional cost for essentially doing the work beforehand and then coming back and applying for a permit.
Which appear, obviously
Which
with everything
falls
else.
in line with everything
Yeah.
else, we'd like to kind of bring that up to speed with the other items. So, it
It would just be a discussion of what the multiplier
Correct.
would be, what the multiplier would be fair. I mean, I
Correct.
see here with gas connection, it's a two-time multiplier. So I'm just trying to see where everything kind of, falls on the table, what makes sense compared to.
yeah, I think we want to be reasonable if you're doing a gas. Look, obviously the point is we don't want people doing this, especially this type of work, unpermitted and then having to go back and test it. So I think we want to make it something that it's a significant deterrent, but we also, I don't think want to beat residents over the head. So, I think, the 5 is probably too much. So, my thought would be somewhere in the 2 or 3 times range to make it effective.
Right.
But obviously open to suggestion here.
Yeah, that's the 2 to 3 is probably your safest bet as far as accomplishing what you're looking to accomplish without, going, let me see. I'm just trying to see where.
Yeah, the only one that
where
throws
we
me
line
off
up
here
with that.
is the pool. Everything else is by 2 essentially in that category. But the pool jumps to 5. I'm not sure why, why that's more a little bit more extreme.
I think it's because it's a safety
issue.
Yeah, because you don't want an uninspected pool.
Because there's really no way to tell after the fact if it's been installed correctly, essentially, which makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm good with doubling the fee to kind of keep it in line with the other ones.
Yeah, the only thing I can point to is the gas connection is the 2 times. The only thing gas related.
Yeah.
That has, so that we can be comparable with,
Yeah.
So,
okay.
And the generator, same thing. So, I feel like what we're trying to add to here is probably comparable to those 2 line items. So I would say that's a fair.
An agreement?
Yeah.
Okay. Doubling the permit fees
that's pretty.
or an as-built or built prior costs for application?
Yeah, obviously safety is the number one concern. So,
Yes.
yeah, you want to make sure that,
Yeah,
it's not
and then all
properly.
of that.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, next, landscaping report. I believe that's Darlene, but she's not in today, right? She's out, so we're gonna postpone that and we will address that or review it at the next meeting, the January meeting. So moving on to, the petrochemical odor update. Let me see, do we have that statement? Yes. Okay, so we have a statement that was provided. The village met with the New York State Department of Environmental Conservation on November 25th to discuss the progress towards addressing the petrochemical odor in Poquat. The asphalt supply of Long Island completed the installation of a blue smoke control system in August. The filtration system, not fully operational, was installed 3 years before regulation requirements, and this was in response to the village's concerns. The village and the DEC are continuing to work together with continued monitoring and assessments. Reporting remains key, and the DEC is requesting that residents continue to report any incidents of petrochemical odors in Poquat as they occur. Reporting real time while the petrochemical odor is noted will help ongoing studies. All contacts for reporting either by phone or email are available on the village website. And Rich Parrish, our environmental commissioner, has put together a list of the next steps we would like to see the asphalt plan perform, which will be submitted to the DEC this month. In addition, all this information just read can be found on the village website. Any comments?
I think that
Question.
covers it.
Yeah, it's good to see that we're taking steps in the right direction.
Yeah, and I think it's positive to see an immediate response from the petrochemical company. I mean, I'm assuming this isn't the last step, or maybe exactly, but I think it's showing good progress.
And it's nice to see that they'll get a comprehensive plan of what we, would like to see as well. So that'll be,
Is that good?
taking extra action.
Is that going to be? Maybe this is a question for Rich. Is that information that's going to be disseminated to the board, or is that just going to be put available on the website once that's completed? The environmental commissioner report for next steps.
Typically it just goes on the website, but I could always have them send it to you guys.
Yeah, just curious. I'd like to see what the next plan is once it's ready. So.
Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
It's really important that people call if they smell anything that they call, because they said at the meeting that we attended that they haven't received a lot of calls.
So is there more impact calling directly to the DEC, or is it more so than calling the village and noting to the village, or is that being received equally?
So number one is to call the DEC, and then number
Okay.
two is the village. Probably
Okay.
call both.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we'll know. If it's not already updated on the website, we'll just note to for residents that the importance of notification is dependent on both DEC notification and village notification.
So they know what's going on. Well, theoretically, they know what's going on at the plant at different times of the day. There's startup times and shutdown times and things like that. And so it's important if somebody calls, because that's a real time event that they can mark against what they believe is happening there. So there's a startup time in the morning, and then there's other times during the day that they do other activities.
Have they provided any, or has there any information regarding like the frequency or the flow of their work schedule, I guess, to when we would expect more more work coming from them, more of a smell? Is it like a seasonal kind of thing that would be expected, I guess, or not expected for that part?
So it's seasonal to the extent that the season affects where the wind is blowing.
Okay.
And and I know also, because we're a shore community, the wind reverses direction different times of the day. You get offshore or water, and it is significant to that. That has some impact on it, and they know that. But it's the other thing is that based on the contracts that they get, because I mentioned that I've been here. I walk in the mornings and sometimes at night, right? So I've been, sometimes this is a nice place to walk. Sometimes I'll come here early in the morning, park here, and walk around, and there's a really heavy smell.
Yeah.
Like very early in the morning, it's really heavy. And then a couple times in the late evening, I've smelled it too. And they have explained that as those are work times. But if you notice, like on 347 or one of these areas where, if you're driving home from one of the stores, Stop and Shop on Pond Path, or Best Buy or something, and you see like 4 of those asphalt trucks go by, that's because they're doing a project.
Yeah.
And they're coming right from the plant.
Yeah.
So that is dependent. Rich Parrish is working on. He claims that he has a way to determine what the throughput is of the material. So he may be doing that.
Okay. Great. Any other questions, comments on that issue? No?
I think we got the right people on it.
All right, let's check and move on. So, last one for the work session was open items for the board to review from the village attorney. But prior to doing that, do we need to go into executive session for discussion prior to this, or is that something?
Well, we could, for a minute, if nobody's here, can you able to turn and turn back on? This thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, so motion,
Hold on.
so
Oh, yeah.
as far as just the protocol, it's motion to close the the trustees work session and go into executive session. Is that the
Right, it's to discuss pending litigation with the village attorney.
discuss pending litigation with the village attorney? So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
You can
You
just
guys
stay
just
here.
stay there. Ron, I'm just gonna mute you.
This
Question,
conference will now be recorded.
37. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Are there any additional open items? We're back on now, recording. Is there any additional open items for the board to review from the village attorney?
The board adopted a resolution, supporting, continuation and increase of state aid for municipalities. We completed the resolution in the form that, the New York Conference of Mayors suggested. And it was, we're in the process of forwarding it to various state officials. It went out to some and we're forwarding it to others.
Okay, great.
And as are many other villages. And, there's an election training, Nikon has an election training on January 7th. And, I guess, I don't know if you're aware of this, again.
Melville?
Yeah,
Right?
no,
Melville?
that they don't.
I think maybe, yeah.
And, that would be valuable. And, there was, the ZBA has had a couple matters, so they actually had a meeting this month last month with two matters on the same agenda, which was a real work struggle. There's a lot of work involved with both applications, so, but they've made it through. And, planning board had a meeting on, this past Monday where, they discussed a dock application that they had.
Okay.
Or they received a presentation regarding
Okay.
dock application.
Okay.
Just to bring it up to date.
Thank you.
And they're still, where are they at in the process of, I think our last meeting, we approved them to retain counsel, right?
Right, so he's working on it. They're at the very beginning of the application to see whether the property qualifies
Okay.
for a dock under our code, and so I'm basically not involved at this point.
Yeah.
The outside counsel's involved, which is what I had asked for. And, we wanted to get he wanted to see the presentation that the applicant made at the meeting, which they did. They gave us a bunch of papers to review, and they were sent to the outside counsel.
Okay. But at this point, on either ZBA or planning, there's nothing that is being brought forth to the board at this point that we need to be aware of specifically. Okay, just general. Okay. Okay, great. Well, are there any other questions regarding any of the legal matters? No? Okay. All right, unless anybody has any other points they want to bring up regarding anything from the work session, I am going to make a motion to close the work session at 6:40 p.m. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And then, do we do the pledge first, or do we open the meeting first? Open the meeting? Okay. Motion to open the Board of Trustees meeting for December 12th, 2024 at 6:41 p.m. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Pledge allegiance?
So, would you like to lead us? Of course I would. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Number one, the Village of Poquat will be participating in this year's Free Village Rotary Holiday Parade on Sunday, December 15th. Residents and their families are encouraged to join the Poquat Community Association in celebrating the holiday as a community. Meeting will take place on Main Street in East Setauket between Setauket Elementary School and the Emma Clark Library between 4:15 and 4:30 p.m. Please look for the white Poquat vehicle. That's going to be the code vehicle, right? The white Poquat code vehicle. To find us, the road will be closed for the parade and parking may be limited, so please plan accordingly. Do I know where there is parking, or would Rick make a recommendation?
It's gonna be pretty much like a lot of the shopping centers are still gonna have access. You're just not gonna be able to go through Main Street from right just before Shore Road all the way up to the fire department. And the road gets closer to shut it down entirely usually.
Okay.
So I would just say if you're going to March in it and you're getting there early, you'll be able to find parking in a lot of the surrounding lots.
Great, okay. Next item, the annual holiday drive has been extended to Monday, December the 16th. Suggested food items include non-perishable items such as canned vegetables, soups, cookies, crackers, etc. The toy drive should include unwrapped toys and gifts. Donations can be dropped off at Village Hall, or if residents would like to schedule a pickup, they can contact either Trustee Sokol or Trustee Graham. Their email addresses are, I believe they're both, are the email addresses on the website? Somebody needs to reach them?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll just read Chris's. It's csokol@villageofpoquat.com and Ray's rgraham@villageofpoquat.com. We'd like to thank you to the village trustees, Chris Sokol and Ray Graham, for coordinating these efforts on Poquat's behalf. Thank you both. Last time, the village will be holding a town hall meeting on February the 6th.
One edit to this, it'll
Okay.
be held at the fire department.
Okay, we're switching. Okay,
Sorry.
no problem. Thank you.
That's good.
So the village,
Before the fire department will be looking at the conclusion.
I'll take you up on that. I'm gonna take you
yeah,
up on that.
I have a son who's waiting for that opportunity. So the Village of Poquat will be holding a town hall meeting on February 6th at 6 p.m. at the Setauket Fire Department. We'll be discussing road safety efforts to date, the petrochemical odor updates, the lithium battery plant information resources, and essentially taking an open forum approach to resident comments and concerns, and encourage all residents to come and attend and participate. Is that listed on the website as well, I assume? Yeah? We're going-
Not
we're going
yet,
to
it
do-
will be, for
Okay.
like the January, what's going on.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay, on to reports. First up, public safety.
Public safety report from November 13th to December 12th. House checks, there was 1. Directed patrols, there was 8. Incident reports, there was 1. Property damage report. Parking violations addressed 1. Quality of life warning 0. Special event permits 5. Stormwater violations was 0. Field appearance tickets 0. Building safety inspections, there was 0, and rental inspections, there was 0.
Thank you. Appreciate your guys' hard work. Next up, treasurer's report. Ron.
Yes, you've received with the budget actual numbers, my executive summary, and I had an email going back and forth. I don't recall whether the board was copied on it, but it's apparent that the comments that I made with regard to budget levels right now, actual levels with regard to expenditures for handyman, building department supplies, and street maintenance are well understood and being dealt with by Tina and by Jess. So my last paragraph in that memo, it appears at this point in time, although it's very early in the year, that presuming moderate snow for this season, which it looks like there's not going to be any through at least Christmas. I don't know if did you guys have any ice during the previous?
Not this last storm over the last day or so. We had, we had some heavy rains and high winds. The previous, we had a little bit of a flurry, but nothing that stuck to the ground or created anything that required de-icing or any services provided by our snow removal company.
Okay, great. So, and under with the current circumstance, it looks like projecting through year end as we did with determining whether we should move funds from one account, cash account to another, and without looking for any difficulties. Right now, it looks like the village should end up with a modest surplus at year end. And I'll update that next month. Maybe a little
Yeah.
more.
Let's hope you didn't jinx us on the snowfall.
Well,
That's great.
just so that I don't jinx you anymore, then I'm going to be, unless anyone has any more questions,
Good
I'll be
segue.
leaving the.
Anyone else have any other questions for
No,
Ron
I think
at this time?
we got it covered.
No, thank you, Ron.
Ron.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
If we,
and Merry
oh,
Christmas to everyone.
we won't see you until after January. Happy holidays.
Yes.
Yes, and to you.
And Happy New Year.
Thank
Happy
you.
and safe. Thank you. Next, the court report. Do you have it to read, or are we just going to push that back and we'll recap it in January, or do you have it? Okay.
No, I don't have it.
Okay. So we'll postpone and she can just, Donna can just do a recap in January for December and January. Okay. Okay, great. Okay, next we have board updates. We've just done, I think Joe kind of did a quick recap on some of these, but I'll review them again. The planning board met on December 9th to discuss a pending dock application, and their next meeting is scheduled for January the 13th at 7 p.m. The zoning board met on November the 20th to review variance requests for 27 Walnut Ave and 26 Chestnut Ave. The requests were approved, and there will be no December meeting as there are no current zoning applications. Next, the treasurer's report.
Which we just did.
Yeah.
Did we have that listed twice?
Yes.
Oh, we did. Okay. Good thing Ron left. Get him back to read it again. Next, any public comments? We have nobody in person at the moment. I don't see anybody online. Anybody here would like to make a public comment before we move along for resolutions? No? All right.
We can go to resolutions.
Let's move along. Resolutions. Are we going to be adding a resolution for the, oh, is that a caller?
We have a caller.
We do. Do you want me to, before we move on, caller, if you just signed on, we just opened for public comment. If you'd like to make a comment, please feel free. Let's see.
It's me, it's Tina, hi.
I figured it.
Okay.
I knew it. As soon as I heard that little thing, I was like, I knew it.
Just in time to move on to.
Hello, Tina, how are you?
We don't want to. We don't want to devoid you of your opportunity to make a public comment as a resident.
I have no public comment. I was just checking in, but it sounds like you're already up to resolutions.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay.
We are clipping along.
Okay. All right. Well, then off you go.
Thank you.
See you later.
He's caller one.
We do.
Thank you, caller one.
All right.
I would recommend as a motion to amend the agenda to add a resolution number 12-2024-12, which is adoption of the permit fee schedule, and that the current resolution 12-204-12 be modified to read as 12-204-13.
12.
So that,
I think that's it.
Resolution to adopt.
to amend the resolution to amend the agenda to add a new resolution number 12-204-12, adopting the fee schedule as proposed, and also modifying the current resolution number 12-204-12 to be resolution number 12-204-13.
Someone got that, right? No?
Yeah.
Fine.
Just in language for this.
I think of the word with it.
Yeah.
right.
Okay, so we are going to then,
We should start.
do I need to repeat that, or is that
Yeah, somebody should say so moved.
so moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to resolution number 1224-01, resolution adopting the December 12, 2024 agenda as printed. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 12-2024-02, resolution accepting the monthly reports from December 12, 2024. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 12-2024-03, resolution adopting the minutes from the November 14th, 2024 work session of the Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 12-2024-04, resolutions adopting the minutes from the November 14th, 2024 business session of the Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 12-2024-05, resolution to schedule the Village of Poquat Board of Trustees work session beginning at 6 p.m. on January 16, 2025, with business meetings to follow immediately. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 12-2024-06, a resolution accepting the intermunicipal agreement with Brookhaven for highway work, sand, salt, and LED streetlights. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 12-2024-07, resolution directing Clerk Botany to coordinate with the treasurer to place 2024-2025 reserve balance in the amount of $100,000 into an investment account with New York Class. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 12-2024-08, resolution to approve 2024 rules of procedure policy to replace any previous rules of procedure policy. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 12-2024-09, resolution setting up a public hearing at the January 16, 2025 meeting for a proposed local law number,
It's like,
blank, of 2025, a local law amending section 120-2K of the Poquat Village Code property maintenance. So moved.
And can I just recommend something? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Yes.
No problem.
That this, setting a public hearing, okay, that's fine. Okay, we'll set the public hearing. I was gonna suggest that we add secret language, but, we don't have to do that. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 2024-10, resolution approving the quote from Caesar's Landscaping and Son Corp. in the amount of $400 for preventative maintenance of drains at Washington, Chestnut, and California Beach. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 12-2024-11, resolution approving the estimate from Nelson and Pope for environmental permitting in the amount of $3,220. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. So this is the one we added.
Yeah,
Make
it's
sure.
a resolution, resolution 12-2024-12, resolution to amend the agenda to adopt the proposed fees for the building department. Sound right?
Do you mind if I say something?
Go ahead.
Okay, so it should be a resolution approving resolution approving the new table of new fees as proposed.
Okay.
We already voted to amend the resolution, so now that is the resolution.
Okay, so we're just, okay. So
Resolution to adopt the table amending the fees.
Okay. So moved. All in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
all right,
Thank you, Jeff. Okay, on to the voucher report.
you ready?
Let's run through it.
We've got Avon paint for $202.78. Reinhardt Industries traffic signs for $401.45. Car Stickers Incorporated for $385. Nikon for $25. Office Supply for $97.03. Staples for a total of $146.93. Next, we have Brooke's Cleaning for $320. Canada Financial Services for $179. We have Earth, Room, and Sun for a total of $2,950. Greene County Commercial Bank for $283.50. Parkline Asphalt Maintenance for $1,400. Joseph Prokop for $1,837.50. Times Beacon Records for $153.12. Wex Bank for $133.76. And Winterboro Calling for $11,532 for a total of $18,788.88. Hurricane Tree Experts for $5,900. Murphy's Marine Service for $1,000. PSEG Long Island for $388.78. PSEG for $38.88. Times Beacon Records for $153.73. And Verizon Wireless for $102.41. Next, we have Act Creative for $112. Dave's Tree Service for $150. Stan Towing for $125. And Suzy Fuel for $241. Next is the Home Depot credit card, and that total was $118.96. After that is the Amazon account for $280.90. Then we have Act Creative for $112.50. Construction for $195.15. Paul Edelson for $250. Flint Stenography for $939.10. Optimum for $135. Joseph Prokop for $2,322.73. Small Business Management Solutions for $546.21. And Winter Brothers Calling of Long Island for $11,532 for a total of $16,032.92. And that is it.
Read this one.
Yes. Chris, would you like to?
Okay. Resolution number 12-2024-13. Resolution approving all checks per the voucher report. So moved.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Unless there's anything else anybody would like to discuss?
I'll just say, good job, everybody.
Yeah, well done, Chris. Motion to close the Board of Trustees meeting for December 12th, 2024 at 6:59 p.m. So moved. Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Have a nice holiday, everybody.
You as
Thank you,
well.
Joe. You as well.
And, congratulations on a great year. That's a bid for the